Welcome to Mackenzie Creations. In this video, we are going to continue with our Valentine cards, and I'm part of a challenge, and this is the second and final week of the challenge. In this video, I'm going to create a card for a boy. The challenge was to create 3 cards, 2 masculine cards, one for an adult and one for a boy. And for the first card that I made in a prior video, I made this card. So if you haven't had a chance, please check out that video. So for this card, I'm going to use the Deckle Edge dies by Diamond Press. And then I was also going to use these paper dowels by Beth Kingston. She has a collection, so every time she comes out with one, I pick it up. The set contains a male and a female, and then they have the coordinating stamps. And so this is the second iteration that came out, and this is more of a Christmas version. And so for the female, the hair was a little bit different, and they may have some different pieces. So, and then what was also nice, it came with the pre-cut clothes, so you didn't have to cut and color yourself. You can just use what they have here. So I think I'm going to do that today. And then I'm also going to use this pretty paper by Crafter's Companion, and I picked this paper up in December, I believe, because they had free shipping and everything was on sale. So I think I got this whole pack for like $10. So that's a great deal for Crafter's Companion paper. So they have this pretty purple, and it goes into the various shades, and then these wonderful blues. So I'm gonna just take a few moments, pick out which blue I like, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And so for my base card, I'm gonna use this pre-scored white card. And I picked these up from Michael's a few years ago. And I only paid $1.99 for this set, and you get 100 pieces in here. And so I had picked up a few of these. So these are always nice to have on hand. And this is an A2 size card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I picked this pretty blue out from the Crafter's Companion paper pack that I just went over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this die from Diamond Press, this Deckle Edge, and I'm going to run it through on this blue piece of paper. And so it's always sharp side down. And I'm just going to grab a folder here. And I'm not going to tape it down. We can just hold this. Okay. And I'm going to get my Diamond Press Marquise machine. And we're just going to run this through. Okay. And this came right out. So look how cute that is. The edges are kind of, you know, crinkled or rough around the edges. And so I'm gonna get this put back on here. So next we're gonna stamp the image of the boy. So I'm gonna get my stamp platform. Okay, so I have my stamp platform here. And then I'm gonna take a piece of scrap white paper that I have. And then we're going to get the stamp off of here of the boy or the male. So I'm just going to get him on here. I'm going to get my paper down. And then it doesn't matter how I put him, because I'm just going to die cut this out. So actually I'm going to move my I'm going to move him down a little bit so I can save paper. Okay. And I'm just going to scoot my paper over just a little bit, because you want to leave enough room for your die. I'm just going to move them up just a little bit. Okay. All right, that's good. So you just want to make sure that your placement is correct. You put your magnets on here to hold the paper down. Okay, and then I have to find my ink. Let's see. I have these Crafter's Companion quick dry ink, so I'm just going to use the black ink right here. So we're just going to get him inked down really well. Okay, so hopefully that's good. I do need to buy some more ink because I've had this for a while. And so it doesn't look like it's really getting on the stamp, but we'll see. So I'm just going to rub this down and see how it's stamped down. Okay, so it's missing a little bit of his hair, so I'm just going to put some more ink on here. Okay, so we're going to just press down and try to get the missing hair piece inked down. Okay, I'm gonna have to try this one more time. Yeah, it's giving me a hard time. In this one spot, it doesn't want to ink well. So I'm gonna move my magnet. Maybe that's getting in the way. We'll try this one more time. Okay, so third time's a charm. I think what happened was this magnet was in the way, so when I pressed down, it wasn't going down all the way. So as soon as I moved the magnet to the other side, you know, it worked fine. So you just have to play with these things sometimes. So I'm going to take a moment just to get this cleaned up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have the boy stamped down, we're going to go ahead and get him cut out. So we're just going to take the die, and you just want to make sure you line it up correctly. And then for this, we're going to have to definitely tape this down. So let's see here. And we're going to add one more piece of tape. You just want to make sure that, you know, when you put your die down, that you can see his entire body. And we're just going to get this paper cut down. Then we're going to get our die cutting machine again, and I'm going to use the same die cutting folder. And we'll get him cut out. Okay, so I'll just hold him up so he's cut out. Now normally I would stamp and do the same thing I did for the boy. I would stamp his little clothes out and then die cut this out. But with the second set that I got for Christmas, they have the pieces already cut out for you. So that's really nice, because if you want to just throw a quick card together, this is nice to have on hand. And let's see what we have in here. So we have a bunch of little clothes for girls or a female. And then okay, they have this little cute jumpsuit, so I think we'll go with this. That's cute. So, and that matches my background color there. Okay, so I'm gonna take a moment just to get these back in the bag, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I also pulled out this little jacket from the little cutouts for his clothes. So instead of just the little jumpsuit, because it's Valentine's, I'm gonna put a little jacket on them. just dress him up a little bit more for the occasion. So before we get his clothes glued down, I'm going to go ahead and get his face and hair colored in. So I put out a few markers from my Arteza marker pens. And it's just various shades of brown. So I'm just going to test these out on the paper right here, on a scrap piece of paper. Because I want to use like a dark brown for his hair. And then this, I'll probably use this one for his skin tone. And then let's see what this brown looks like. So I'm going to go with these two colors to get him colored in. And so I'm going to start off with his face. And I'm just going to take a few moments to get him shaded in. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have his face, and I also colored his little hands. So I'll just hold him up. The only thing about these water brush pens, I'm not really good with coloring with these. And so it's very easy to go outside the lines. So if you're not good with coloring with these, you may want to use like colored pencils or some alcohol-based markers. Okay, so we're gonna get his clothes glued down. So we're gonna get this little, we're gonna get his little jumpsuit on first. We'll get that glued down. And just try to get it on as straight as possible. And I'm just going to hold this down for a moment to set. Sorry about all the noise. My dog, he always want to make a lot of noise while I'm filming my video. Okay, now we're going to get this little jacket glued down. Here we go. Okay, and I'm just going to hold this down for a moment so it'll set. But this is so nice to have these little cutouts. It do save you a lot of time. You know, because there are some people who may not like to color, so this is a great alternative. Okay. And then next we're going to take our card and start putting this together. So this is the pre-scored card. We're just going to get that folded in half. And we're going to get our layer glued down. So I'm going to get my Kaleo glue. I'm just trying to find the correct side. Okay, it's hard to tell, but this is the back. Just because it's the rough side of the die is how I can tell. Okay, doke. So we'll get this glued down. Okay, so I have this on here. Okay, now we're gonna get him situated on here. And then I also have picked these up. Beth Kingston had a cute little pack of like plastic heart cutouts, as well as these wood cutouts. So I'm just gonna get these open. So in this set, it comes with the little wood hearts, and they're in various sizes. And then they have like an arrow, and then they have this little arrow if you want it to go through the heart. So what I'm gonna do is, before I get him glued down, I'm just gonna take a few of these little hearts and I'm just gonna keep them its natural color. If you wanted to, you could color these with any type of marker or any color medium that you have. So they have the different little sizes. We'll just get a few of these on here. Let's see. So I'm just gonna play around with this for a few minutes and I'm gonna get these glued down. Okay, I'm back, and to finish this card off, I think I'm just gonna stamp a sentiment. So I grabbed Diamond Press B Mine Slimline dies with stamps. And so these stamps are too big for this card, but what I'm gonna do is take this stamp and just cut it down. So I'm just gonna use the word Valentine. So let me get my stamp platform back. Then I'm just going to get this stamp off of here, and I hope this works out okay. I don't have a lot of Valentine sentiments, so you just have to work with what you have sometimes. And so I just need a little piece of scrap paper. Here we go. Let me just cut this down. Okay, so I just want to test it out here. So I just need to move this down a little bit. Okay, that's perfect. I'm going to put this stamp. I'm going to move this magnet down here. Okay. So let me find my ink again. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. And so what I'm going to do is just ink up the word that says Valentine. Okay. Let's see how this comes out. Okay, that's perfect. So I'm gonna just get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. Okay, we are almost done with this card. So I have the word Valentine stamped down, and then I'm gonna take this die set that I have purchased from Tonic last year, and it's a banner set, and so this is really nice to have on hand. So I'm gonna just get this on here, and we're gonna get the word Valentine cut out. Okay, this is gonna be a tight fit, and I'm gonna need some tape because we don't want this to shift around. Okay, so we're gonna get our machine one more time for this card, and we're gonna run this through. Then we'll just get this carefully pulled off. And you know, try to get your dies put back on your set soon as possible so you won't lose them. So I definitely try to get them right back on once I use them. Okay, there we go. And then a lot of times I'll drop shadow, but I think in this case I'm just gonna take a marker. I'm gonna get a marker out of this Arteza set, And these are similar color blues, and I'm just going to distress around the edges. But first I want to test this out. So let's test these two blues out. Okay, that's that one. And then we have this one right here. And so I'm just going to hold this up and see what color is similar to my card here. Yeah, I think I'm going to use the first one. Okay. So I'm just going to take my water brush pen, and I'm just going to distress around the edges just to give it a little color. And we'll go around the edges here. Then we'll get this glued on and we'll be done with our card. Okay. As you can see, I'm being a little messy with this. Okay, so we're done with that, and we're just going to get this glued down. So let me see. Yeah, that fits perfectly. So we will get this glued down. And we will be done, and I'll be done with 2 of the 3 cards that I have to make. Now the next card is we can make any card that we want. So what I plan to do is, because I had did some Valentine designs, I'm gonna try to use that tomorrow, because we have our Zoom video, so I have to have everything done. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this down and get it set on here. Make sure that's straight. So let me just get cleaned up a little bit. And we'll take a final look at the card. Okay, so here's a final look at the card. This is an A2 size card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and what I did was I used diamond press Deckle edge die for this blue layer, and then for the person right here I used Beth Kingston paper dowel dies, and I also used Beth Kingston hearts, and these are wooden hearts, and then I used diamond press. I cut a portion of the sentiment out. So yeah, just use whatever you have on hand, and you can make up nice little cards for Valentine's Day. I had fun with this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.